Okay, so since I did my last curling tutorial, I've actually cut a couple inches off my hair, which has been really fun, but I do curl it in a different way now, and I thought I'd show you guys what I do, and maybe you can glean some tips from there for when you're curling your own hair. This is actually day 2 hair, and it's been snowing and raining, and I've been running errands all day, so it's definitely not as curly as it used to be, so why not? Let's recurl it. So we're gonna start from like the middle of our ear and pull it out. What I like about this curl that I'm gonna show you is it's kind of got like this messy feel to it. It's not, it's pretty, but it's kind of like a tousled, almost wake up and go feel, kind of more casual. So take it how you want and style it how you want. But I have this curling iron. It's 1.25 inches. It is linked on my bio so you can know what I'm using. But I just take a little section here and I clamp it, twist it just a second, and then I take it out of the curling iron and bring it down a little bit and pull it down. Okay, so I'm kind of leaving the ends here, but I kind of take it away from my curling iron and have it twisted while I'm curling the rest of the hair, so it kind of keeps that curl there. And so I did that one back, but this next one I do forward. So I kind of alternate it a little bit, and I'll curl it down. There we go. That wasn't very good. Let's try that one again. I was a little distracted by telling you guys. Okay, so I pull it out, and then I just kind of keep pulling it forward, but kind of straighten those ends. And the reason why we like to keep the ends straightened and why we're pulling it down is to elongate our hair and not give us that wide birth. Birth, is that the correct word on it? So we're not like building our hair up and we get that triangle shape. That's weird. Okay, so I curled that out. I'm going to curl this one in. Okay. We're still pulling it down, kind of straightening those ends out. And the reason why I alternate it is it kind of gives it, again, like a more natural feel to it. It's not something that, you get those people that have it all the same direction. It's beautiful, but if you look at somebody with naturally curly hair, it goes all different directions. So that's what we're doing here. So I curled this one down here back. I'm going to curl this one forward. So it's kind of stacking it up and doing it differently. And you can see that. Let me show you right here. As I'm curling it back and I let go of it right here, this is staying curled and clamped right there while I'm curling the rest of it. So I'm not losing that curl up there. That is so easy to do with other types and other ways of curling. So like you'll see or hear of people who use a wand. This technique is very, very similar to a wand. Okay. I'm going to do this one forward again. And so when I start the next part up, or the next part, I will start doing it back instead of forward. So you can kind of see the drift here. I'm going to curl the rest of my hair and I'm going to show you how I finish it at the top and how I kind of play with my parting a little bit. So. Okay, so I'm at the top section now, and I just kind of have my hair fall in its natural part. You don't have to do anything fancy to it just yet. What I do want to say is when you are on your top layer, regardless if the layer before that is curled forward or back, you always want to curl it back because it's much flattering to have your hair open than to kind of hide your face by doing it backwards. So I'm doing this one back. Remember, untwist it, twist it down. Sometimes I even untwist it again, keep that twisted and pull it down. It's kind of a little, like, I'm sure you guys are doing a double take when you see this because you're like, what is going on? Okay, and I'm sharing you this right now. I'm curling this one back because I see this right here and I want it to be different. If I start doing everything forward or the same direction, then it's going to look like one curl. So I'm telling you to alternate it, but you also want to keep an eye of where it's going to be placed because like I said, you don't want it to look all uniform, so just kind of play with it a little bit. And I'll show you what we'll do here in a second. So just like before, I do a diagonal part so they kind of have a little bit of a bricklayer effect to it. I'm doing this one back to kind of give it a little bit more flattery to it. Try and keep those ends as short or as straight as possible. Okay, then this one I am gonna do forward because you can see this curl is back and this one's gonna lay that way, so I want it to go forward. And just like with everything else, this is going to take a little bit of practice and to get the hang of it. I started curling my hair this way when I curled it super short, like right here a couple of years ago after I had Kenley. It was seriously my favorite. I've actually considered cutting it short again, but I think Will would have a heart attack. Not like that matters, because it doesn't. He likes anything and everything that I decide, but he has really been loving my long hair. So we're just gonna keep it for a bit, but I'm gonna curl these back pieces if they can cooperate where they're gonna go. But do you see how those are curled forward right there? I'm gonna make sure I curl this one back. Hold it just a little bit and take it out and curl it some more, but then drag that end out, okay? I'm doing that back because the piece before that was forward. Okay, so that we got that. Then we're gonna take our fingers and we're gonna piece it through, just like what we did before. But you can see I kind of got that like more natural look to it. But then I kind of like volume when I do this to make it look more messy. So I'll take this section and I'll piece it over here and kind of play with it a little bit. Coarse. See, look how fun that is. Okay, I'll take my Kenra texture spray and I spray it while I'm kind of lifting it. It'll keep those curls separated. Okay. And if I want it even more separated, because that's just kind of what I like, is a lot of texture, I'll take this powder play from Big Sexy and I kind of sprinkle it in my hair a little bit too and scrunch it and then kind of piece it out like this. And what that powder play does is, again, piece it out even more, and then it helps give you volume. I do like big hair. Not big hair, but not flat hair, I guess I should say. I'm putting this right on my roots because that's also where I want some volume. And then throughout the day when I want to make it bumped up a little bit more, then I bump it up that way. That's what I got. Some curls, friends. Different way of curling it. Tell me if you like it. If you have any questions, by all means, I am an open book and you know that. So we'll talk to you later.